Greg Preece, the business of YouTube business. In this channel, he covers everything from fastest way to get paid, 1,000 from YouTube views, to how many views you need to quit your 9 to 5 job. So tell us about yourself.
Cool. Thanks for having me here, Nico. Really appreciate the invite. Really cool to get you hit me up on Instagram and ask me to be here. Tell you about me. So yeah, it feels a bit like a job interview or a first date. I'm the YouTube business guy, I guess, the YouTube full-time guy. So basically, I try as best as I can to teach YouTubers how to go full time by showing them how to become entrepreneurs by teaching them how they can turn their YouTube channel from from a hobby into a business, and by doing that, make it way more likely that they're going to be able to become full-time creators.
That's really cool. Have you had any other channels before this channel, or is it like your first time doing YouTube?
So this is my first time doing YouTube. I do wish I had other channels though, because what's happened with my channel is I've changed the idea of what I
Niches.
wanted the
Yeah.
channel to be so many times throughout its life that there's such a mixed audience now in my
Same with
channel
me.
that yeah, they subscribe for so many different reasons. That actually I think hurts my performance now because there's so
Yeah.
many subscribers expecting different content. So I kind of wish that along the way I just started new channels and had a single channel for a single purpose. But hey, you learn from your experience.
Yeah, on my channel, I've done like cooking videos, Minecraft videos, podcasts, vlogs, everything. So it's
Yeah.
definitely like a very mixed audience, and that definitely it does slow down like your growth, which has happened to me. Like I'm getting 100 views on a podcast with 1,000 subscribers, which I should be getting more. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. How do you feel about that? Do you ever get tempted to start again, or do you want to just stick with the channel that you have?
I'm gonna stick with the channel I have because I tried making another channel. I had another channel where I was posting the channel I posted a podcast. I've had it all my life since I was 5 years old. And I don't know why, but when I started doing the podcast, I decided to upload on this channel. I don't know why I didn't think of starting a new one.
Sure.
And in August, I started a new one with shorts where I basically did YouTube shorts and I grew it to 5,000 subscribers
Oh wow.
in like a month, and then kind of stopped uploading shorts and I went back to uploading like normal videos that were not podcasts on that channel. And that was doing well. I had a video with like 1,000 views, which was asking 100 YouTubers for advice on how to blow up. And then the channel got deleted, which was very annoying. So I lost all the progress I had on that channel. And
That sucks.
yeah, and then
And that was the shorts channel, the one that got to
yeah,
1,000 subs.
5,000. And then I decided to just
Yeah.
like do back what I was doing before, all my content on one channel, because like all content on one channel makes me like more happy instead of like dividing it. But yeah, because I was definitely
Sure.
getting more bored having it on different channels separated. But now that it's all on one channel makes
Yeah.
me like happier, if that makes sense.
I think there's definitely positives and negatives to it. Like having everything
Yeah.
on one channel means that you can be as creative. Honestly, then it's great because you know you don't care so much about the algorithm. You just get to
Mhm.
be creative and make content on a variety of things. But
Yeah.
the negative is you're never going to get that like traction on YouTube, that faster level of growth that people who just stick to a single topic get. So I
Yeah.
guess you have to pick your poison, don't you, and decide which one
Yeah.
is most important to you.
What do you think I should do? Should I make a new channel where I should do other types of videos, or should I continue doing what I'm doing?
Um, so I guess to provide a bit of context here, this is kind of what I talk to YouTubers about in my videos and in my coaching. Like I get asked this question a lot. And from my experience of the 4 or 5 years of being a YouTuber, I now really like strongly believe that you should really just keep your one channel about one niche. You should just focus one channel on one niche. If fast growth is what's important to you, if you want to grow and grow that channel as big as possible. So if that is what you wanted to do, I'd say, yeah, have us like, so for example, this podcast, I'd say have a channel just dedicated for the podcast and nothing else. Because then people know every
Yeah.
time they come to this channel, they're going to get a new podcast episode and they're not going to be surprised if they see a random video about something else, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could keep this channel, but then do an experiment with a secondary channel where you say I'm going to grow this secondary channel as fast as possible, and I'm going to do that by just talking about one niche.
Hmm.
But yeah, it doesn't mean you can't have a number of channels talking about a number of different things.
Yeah, it's because I already have like so many different channels that I start when I'm bored. I have like a channel that got 22,000 subscribers for shorts, another with 10,000, and one of those was a Roblox channel, one of those was a Minecraft channel. And then I started doing shorts and they blew up. So I have like those channels with like 20,000 subscribers just laying there. But
Yeah.
I think if I were to create one of those new channels, I'd like completely start from zero. and maybe under like a new name or something. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah, I think it all comes down to whether like YouTube is just like a hobby or a passion project, or if you
yeah,
kind of see it more as like a career and a business.
mm,
I obviously focus on teaching people how to see it as a career and a business. So for all of the benefits associated to that way of thinking, a channel on a single thing is great. But if you just want to do
yeah,
YouTube as a hobby, and if you get subscribers, that's cool. But it's also just like a creative outlet for you to explore things that you're interested in and enjoy, then don't
yeah.
worry about it too much. But I mean, I've done a bit of digging into you. I've done a bit of research, and it looks like you've got a bit of a business brain behind you. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Is it Rehuman Media, your company that you've started up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Where I'm like editing videos for people and then outsourcing it. I edited a video for Mischief. Do you know
Yeah.
them? Yeah, I
Sure.
edited like 100 TikToks for them.
Wow.
I'm editing a podcast about Rome.
So I said, yeah, what you just said is a serious entrepreneur move, like a mindset. You get a
Hmm.
job, you find someone that can do it for you, and then you pass that job on to them, but you take a cut of the profits.
Yeah,
That's the way it's done.
it works.
Yeah, it works, and that's what like tons of agencies do and businesses do around the world. So I like that you're thinking like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool.
yeah,
I had a question for you.
sure.
You messaged me saying, "Come on my podcast. I'm the world's youngest podcaster." Do you think you're still the world's youngest podcaster?
Yes, because like there isn't anyone else younger than me that has started doing podcasts. So
Yeah.
I can continue calling myself the world's youngest podcaster as long as someone younger than me comes in. But yeah, for now,
How
I think I am.
how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 13 and I started podcasting when I was 11.
Wow. Okay, that's seriously impressive. Well done.
And I started YouTube when I was 5. So yeah.
I don't think the internet existed when I was 5, so that's very different to my background.
Why did you pick up YouTube business videos since the start of your channel?
I love business. I love entrepreneurship, business. So when I started my channel, the first couple of years I was doing my channel, I was also studying my master's degree in business alongside building the YouTube channel. So I just love business through and through. And I don't think it's a topic that's spoken about enough in the YouTube space. Like I see a lot of the biggest YouTubers like building businesses and acting really entrepreneurially. Like PewDiePie has made his own mobile games. KSI and the Sidemen have released like their own chicken store and their own vodka. Mr. Beast has got Beast Burger.
That's
Like
so
I
funny to
see,
me. Like
yeah,
the Stadman with like a chicken stores, chicken brand.
yeah. Well, I've got theories why they did that, which I can go into a bit later if you want to. But it is really
Mm.
funny, like the type of business that they look to start up. But I just see so many YouTubers at the top of their game, building businesses and acting like entrepreneurs, and it's like no one else kind of realizes that they're doing this or like tries to do it themselves. So it's only the biggest YouTubers doing it, and all the smaller YouTubers are just left just like fighting to try and get views and try and make money on
Yeah.
AdSense. So it's like I just like the idea of talking about something that I'm really interested in and passionate about, which is entrepreneurship, and then something else that I'm really interested and passionate about, which is YouTubers, and just bringing those two things together and like sharing that in my channel.
That definitely makes sense. If you're going to do YouTube, you have to do things you're interested in because now you're gonna get burned out. So yeah.
Yeah, what do you think to the stuff that I talk about in my videos? Do you think it's interesting, like the growth of sort of like how YouTubers are acting like business people and entrepreneurs and the stuff they're doing?
Yeah, I find it really interesting. I feel like it's definitely needed, like because some creators are just like want to make money but just don't know how. So some of them might go to like your consulting or just go to your channel. So yeah, I definitely think it's like very valuable and definitely helps people out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I see you're doing it with Rehuman Media, and I'm sure that like there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to build
Yeah.
other businesses. Like you're 13, so there's so much you've got so much potential ahead of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool that you're interested in this stuff at like an early
Yeah.
age. It's like it's really
Mhm.
kind of building the right foundations for you at an early start.
Yeah. I've always like when I had like 200 subscribers, I made like merch and I got like $70 off of it, which was amazing.
Yeah, like right there, you've just beaten like 99% of YouTubers because
Mhm.
a lot of YouTubers wouldn't even think to even try and sell their own merch. So the fact that you did
Mhm.
it and you made sales, like that
Yeah.
separates you apart from so many others. And it's like what I'm trying to motivate YouTubers to do more often,
Mhm.
just like find new revenue streams, like stop relying on AdSense and ad revenue and just find other ways of making money because if you do that, it's so much more likely that you're going to become a full-time YouTuber than
Yeah.
if you're just relying on ad revenue. Like,
Don't you think it's like at one point it's gonna get too saturated? Like there's gonna be like too much merch, too much like YouTuber like brands.
maybe, but I think it's a long way off.
Yeah.
I think it's still the early days of creators and YouTubers monetizing their following and their platform. I think there's so much untapped potential, which is going to be there
Hmm.
for years still. Like,
I
yeah,
agree.
we're still in the days where there's a lot of opportunity. You agree?
Yeah. Tell us about the theories you had about like why you think they started these brands. Because I'm now curious. I'm hooked in.
Yeah. So first off, there's a lot of money to be made in food, like the food industry, like restaurants and companies that sell food in supermarkets. They make a lot of profit. Like the margins on the products are seriously high, So it kind of gives you a little insight into why KSI and Logan Paul are selling Prime Drink, or Emma Chamberlain is selling coffee, or Mr. Beast is selling burgers. Like it's a seriously profitable industry. So I think that was a huge deciding factor into why Sidemen chose their chicken store. And secondly, that whole business model, like they were blatantly copying Mr. Beast, like with Beast Burger. Like, if it's worked for him in America, it's probably going to work for them in the UK. So
Yeah.
let's try and not ignore the obvious. They were copying him, but the reason why they copied him is because it's such a genius business model. Is they don't need any upfront resources. Like their store completely runs virtually. So you buy the
Ghost Kitchen
chicken,
kind of.
ghost kitchens. Yeah, I didn't know if you'd know what it was, but it's a kitchen that you don't actually have to own or be in yourself.
Yeah.
You just like it's a kitchen that already exists. You send them your menu and say, "Hey, I want you to make this for me whenever an order comes through." So whenever someone orders like KSI's sides menu, it goes through to that kitchen that the side men have made a agreement with. The kitchen
Or
makes
the
the food
closest
for them.
one.
Yeah, it goes to whichever kitchen is closest to the customer. They'll have hundreds of ghost kitchens across the country. It goes to whatever kitchen is closest to the customer. They make products, so Sidemen's menu. And then companies like Uber, don't know if you have Deliveroo over in the US, but Postmates maybe, will then handle the delivery from that ghost kitchen to the customer. So the
Yeah.
sidemen don't do anything. Like the kitchen makes the food for them, the delivery company makes the delivery for them. All the sidemen do is make the menu at the very start of the process and then make the
And promote it.
profits and promote it,
Yeah.
which is super easy. They just mention it in their video, right? It's like free advertising. So
Yeah.
it's genius. It's completely automated, hands off, high profit margin. It's really clever.
Yeah. I think like so many more people are gonna start doing like the ghost kitchen thing. And yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried Sidemen's food or Mr. Beast burger or anything like that?
I tried Beast Burger and I tried the Carl like grilled cheese. And I really liked it. It was just
Yeah.
it was very small. But yeah, it wasn't like very. I
Okay.
thought it would be like bigger in size, but it was like kind of small, which was kind of annoying. But yeah, it definitely it was good though.
You have to make a little clip of that podcast segment and say Mr. Beast burger is too small or something, and then put it on your Eclipse channel. Try and get his attention.
Yeah.
I've not been able to try Mr. Beast burger because it's mainly in America, but
Mhm.
I really want to try it and see what it tastes like. But from a entrepreneurial like fanboy position, like massive respect to that whole business that you set up, and the Sidemen have copied it. I think it's genius for YouTubers. You're
What do
right,
you think
more
about
YouTubers do the same.
what do you think about Feastables?
Yeah, interesting. What do you think about Feastables? Let's start with you.
I feel like Mr. Beast, the main reason he did because Beast Burger worked so well, and they trying to do it like if that worked so well, they probably thought, imagine how something smaller would do, like a
Yeah.
chocolate bar. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of type of business, I guess, like a edible product. Um, Everyone likes chocolate, so it's an easy sell.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, if it worked once, rinse and repeat the formula, do it
Exactly.
again. Yeah. I have you tried that? They haven't got that in the UK yet.
No.
There's a food and drink like explosion at the moment with
Mhm.
creators. Like so many creators are making drinks and food and coffee. It's an exciting time. And like the YouTubers I speak to probably aren't at that like high level yet. They haven't got
Mhm.
millions and millions of subscribers. Just the inspiration or the mindset of like there's other ways to make money outside of just relying on ad revenue is the message that I'm trying to drill into
Yeah.
people.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You also have like a agency, right?
Yeah, to an extent, it's early days. So I just run you through my whole like business model, revenue
Yeah.
setup of all the different ways I make money. Okay, so I got my channel. The secondary income source outside my channel, which I drive, like I make most of my money from, is consulting. So people watch my videos and I send them through to my consulting, where I try and teach them one-on-one. Like we're having a chat now. I speak one-on-one with them over a 6 or 12 week basis to basically teach them how to become more entrepreneurial and become full-time YouTubers. So the consulting is the second way I make money outside of my YouTube channel ad revenue. And then I make money by doing some brand deals and maybe talking about some products in my videos and making some commission if those products sell. But my long-term goal is I want to build an agency where YouTubers who are a little bit further along the process, so we're not talking thousands of subscribers, we're talking hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers. I want an agency where those YouTubers can come to me and be like, Greg, I want to make this product. It could be, a computer game. It could be a makeup beauty line. It could be, you've muted yourself. It could be a
Yeah,
clothing line. Come to me and I'm like, right, I'll make it happen for you. And
like
I go and
the
do it.
rate my takeaway thing you did for them.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the early days of that agency that I'm building. So a big YouTuber, for anyone watching this that doesn't know, a viral YouTuber in the UK is a YouTuber called Rate My Takeaway. Big guy, big jolly guy, goes out and eats takeaway food, all these different takeaways around the country. And people love him. Like he's got a great personality, he's getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So he wanted to launch a merchandise line, to capitalize on its momentum, on its growth, give his audiences some merch to wear to like represent the brand. So he came to me, and I went away, built his merch website for him, found the suppliers of the clothing, did the graphic design for him, and rolled out this complete merch line for Christmas 2000 at the end of 2021. And it was a massive success. I can't obviously go into details of how much money it made him, but he was very happy. And that's like a little early glimpse into the full business that I want to build in the future. I want like a huge company, hundreds of employees, like product designers, developers, project managers, like everything under one roof, so that if they want to, KSI or PewDiePie or anyone can come to me, say I've got this idea for a company, and I'll just make it happen for them. I really think that's the future of where like YouTube's going and
Yeah.
where creators are going. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are just gonna use that service because a lot of them can do them by themselves. So I feel like that would be very helpful.
Let's put the magnifying glass on you for a second. So 5 years time, got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. What sort of product could you see yourself wanting to roll out to your audience in the future?
Really depending what type of content I'm making, because I don't know if I quit the podcast, if I'm doing vlogs, but let's say I'm still doing the podcast, which I probably still will be doing it. I'd like to something similar to what you're doing, but like helping other podcasters like get guests for their podcast, get like the resources like kind of like they need, kind of like what you're doing, like a service that like person you want on your podcast, tell us who it is, and we'll send out a team to try and get that person on your podcast. Something like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I
But
like
yeah.
that. That's got legs to it. Like, there's a lot of companies at the moment that help brands get influencers to like market their products. Like, they
Yeah.
help them with their influencer marketing. So you could kind of be YouTubers find guests for their podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing of finding people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I used like 2 years ago, my channel was like getting so many more views per video than it does now, like thousands of views. It was growing so quickly every month, and I got lazy. Like I just relied on just living off my ad revenue. Like I let my other streams of income die down, and then the unpredictable happens, and my channel started to die, started to drop off.
Why do you think it started
Views.
to drop off?
I think that what we spoke about earlier, not sticking to a single niche, was a big problem. I just made too many changes in too short amount of time that my audience just lost interest in watching my videos. So yeah, I mean, that kind of being irrelevant, the most important thing is, yeah, my channel started to drop off. So my ad revenue was doing this, and it was getting bad. Like I was worrying that wouldn't be able to pay my rent, and I was having to cancel out of like commitments, like holidays and events I'd agreed to go to. But then as soon as I started like focusing on other ways I could make money with my channel, selling like digital courses or doing affiliate marketing, rolling out merch. As soon as I like introduced those into my channel, the fact that the views were going down, the stress and the worry about that stuff was gone, because I was just making money. Like it didn't even matter that my views were going down because I had all these other income sources. So yeah, it's just like I'm just anti ad revenue. Like don't just rely on ad revenue. Just there's so much more that YouTubers can do. This last few months, like I said, I've started doing consulting, and like my income's like quadrupled as well since I've started doing consulting. So YouTubers just have to put themselves out there,
Yeah.
get away from the dependence on ad revenue, and just go for it.
I'm glad that it's doing well again. And I feel like it's going to be very hard to live off like just AdSense, like you said, because like your CPM can change and you have to like recalculate everything to see how much money you need to make on average. Like you can have bad months and stuff like that. So it's like a lot worse. And like brand deals, like a company sponsors you and let's say for a year, you're guaranteed that same amount of money.
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it's kind of safer. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, some brand deals will only sponsor you on a single video, like a video
Yeah.
by video basis. But you're right, if you can get a brand deal that sponsors you for 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, and they're going to pay you the same amount every month, like you agree that each month I'll put you in one of my videos, and that's going to be a 12-month agreement, and you pay me this much money each month, for me doing that for you each month. That's 12 months of like consistent income. Like it's a 12-month safety net. Whereas even if your views take a dive, you still got this income from brand deals coming in every month that you just know is going to guaranteed be there in your bank account every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're completely right. It's a much safer way to go about things.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to start doing YouTube, that wants to start generating revenue on YouTube?
My biggest piece of advice for new YouTubers or early YouTubers is don't wait until later on to start thinking about ways to add money into your channel. I speak to a lot of creators and they say, "Oh, I'm too small now. No one would want to buy my merch or no one would want to sponsor me. I'm going to wait until I have like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of
I gained
subscribers."
$70 for 200 subscribers with t-shirts and hoodies. So
There you go. Case and point right here. YouTubers, like, you don't need to wait. There's no one, you don't have to wait for anyone to give you permission, or there's no criteria when you can start acting entrepreneurial and building revenue streams into your channel. Like, if you plan from day one the ways that you're going to add different product lines or different money streams into your channel, that's like a million times better than waiting until like 3 years later and doing it then, because it's going to be more forced if you do it later on, trying to put income streams into a channel that already exists, and you've just wasted 3 years where you could have been making money for the last 3 years. So just don't wait, start today, and put the odds back in your favor of becoming full-time. Don't make it hard for yourself.
exactly. That is some amazing advice. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming on the podcast. This means a lot.
Thanks for
And I'll
having
see
me. I
you.
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. And I'll see you next episode of the Nicocast.